My name is Sarah Ferguson and I'm 21 years old. I have always loved working with children, helping them learn and watching them grow. This is why I'm going to school to get my preschool through 3rd grade education degree. I've decided this major when I was a sophomore in high school and I've stuck with it. Ultimately, I would like to be a preschool teacher. Currently, I am a preschool teacher right now at a private school and I work with children from the ages of 2 to 4 years old. I love waking up and going to work every day, and I think that's an important thing to have. No one wants to be doing something for a living if it doesn't make them happy. That is one main reason that I chose this profession. Working with children brings me so much joy, and even though there are tough times, the good times always outweigh the bad. I've been a preschool teacher now for a little less than a year, and I wouldn't change a thing. Getting this job has made me even more determined to work towards my bachelor's in education. It is always good to feel reassured that you have chosen the correct career path. Being a preschool teacher could be either in a public school, a private school, or even in a daycare. The educational requirements for schools can vary depending on whether it's a private school or a public school. I'm working in a private school right now, and they just require proof that you're in school working towards your degree and that you take a couple of training classes. Some examples are CPR. They have seminars on activities you can learn to do with the children that aren't just educational but also engaging, and then they can do curriculum and how to set them up. Even though there are some private schools that just require a couple of training hours, most of them are going to require that you at least have an AA. As for public school, most of them are going to require that you at least have a bachelor's degree. Also, there are some states that require that you at least have a national certification in order to be hired. Even after you've gotten your bachelor's or your AA, you still have to attend training classes throughout the years. And this is because the education system is always changing, and also you can always learn new things to help better your education as well as the students. The salary for a teacher yearly is $28,790 according to Occupational Outlook Handbook. Obviously, the public schools that require a 4-year are going to have a higher pay of $43,930 yearly. These salaries do not apply to special education teachers. The job growth for early childhood education between 2014 and 2024 is 7%. And again, this does not apply to special education teachers. Fortunately for young people coming out of college to be teachers, you have a great chance of being hired. Most schools that need educators go to job fair events after graduation to seek employers. And this is going to be for all grades from kindergarten all the way to high school. My job requirement consists of many parts. Obviously, my number one requirement is to watch after and care for the children as if they were my own, as this is what I would want once I take my future children to preschool. We have mostly focused on learning our numbers, letters, colors, and shapes. In my classroom, we have a new letter, color, and shape at the start of each week throughout the year, and we focus on those certain ones for a couple of days. We also help them start writing and working on perfecting their penmanship. But preschool is not just for the education. Preschool is also a great time to let children start working on their social skills. We teach them sharing, manners, and how to be more independent. We have an activity that we do at the end of the day called centers. This is where the teachers set up 4 or 5 different play areas for the children, and the teachers get to pick where each student gets to go. This helps the child to learn how to play with other students and not just be by themselves or just to stick to one friend. This helps them to make more friends. And it is also good for them to go to preschool, even if it only is for half a day, so that they get used to being away from their parents before going into a full day for kindergarten. My work environment is really fun. Obviously, I chose this career because I love children, so getting to work with them all day makes it much more enjoyable. I love my job because it does not feel like work. With each child that I teach, each one is so different and has their own personalities and quirks. One of my favorite parts of the job is to get to know each student individually. Watching my relationships with my students grow throughout the year is one of my greatest joys. But even more than that, watching them succeed and reach their goals and start becoming their own people, that is such a nice reward. I believe that I have chosen the perfect career path for myself. Being able to work with children and be a preschool teacher this past year and get to experience everything firsthand, it just made me more certain that it's what I want to do as a career. If there's anyone considering this job field but it's not positive, I suggest you go for it. It is such a fulfilling job. And even though you're the only one teaching the children, you also get to learn so much from them every single day.